Right, 17 minutes past 6. A very good morning to you if you've just joined us, or welcome back. Now, it's time for Morning Live Business. At this time of the year, many business managers and executives contemplate starting an MBA program in the new year, hoping that this qualification will give them more skills to manage the demands of the corporate world. But are these business schools there just to pass on knowledge, or do they serve a bigger purpose for the country and maybe even the continent? Well, to tell us, I'm now joined by the Dean of Henley Business School, Professor Jon Foster-Pedley. Thanks very much for joining us. I think it was a year ago that we spoke last about MBAs.
We did, and you had me standing up last time. This is an improvement.
You'll get me into your class one of these days, let me tell you. All right, so MBA executive education programs, what do they do for managers for a start?
Well, they broaden them out. I mean, typically people do an MBA after they had a specialist role, and then when they want to become general managers is when they want to do an MBA. But the interesting thing is about what business schools do for the country, and what universities do, because it's not just selling courses that we're about.
All right, well, tell us about that, because you're suggesting almost that there's a wider purpose for business schools.
Well, I really believe there is. I mean, if you think, what's the purpose of a university? It's not to serve itself or serve knowledge, but it must serve the society in which it lives. And if you look at South Africa, what we need and what business needs is practicing managers with skills. Right. And so what a business school should do is produce the people who build the businesses, who build the economies, and help people lift out of poverty. And that's really our purpose. We serve a bigger purpose than just selling programs. I think we have to remember that, because it changes the way we educate and the sort of programs we deliver.
All right, so when we talk about the way we educate, are we seeing a shift in the kind of training, particularly as the continent has been changing its face?
Yeah, I mean, typically MBAs started off by trying to create this elite core of super managers or super directors, and it still has that role. But if you look what we need in Africa, frankly, we need really capable practicing managers who get things done, build new businesses, create employment. So we're trying to build people's confidence and their management abilities. And the trouble with an MBA, a typical MBA, is that it doesn't always build your management abilities, it just builds your knowledge. So we have to adapt the way we teach MBAs and the way people do them so that they can apply the knowledge while they're doing them.
I would imagine also that it builds a bit of confidence in if we produce quality graduates, these companies that come from overseas and looking for local talent, it gives us a bit more confidence, or gives them a bit more confidence about the talent on the ground.
I'm amazed. You know, we expect our cricket and rugby and soccer teams to be world class, but somehow I'm not sure we expect our businesses to be. You know, South Africa has all the talent it needs. We confuse education with intelligence in South Africa. We've got intelligence everywhere. It's just training them in a way to build their confidence so they can build businesses. All
right, now you talk about a wider purpose. You've got an interesting program at your school called MBA'd. Tell us about that, and why did you set that up?
Well, we fly MBA students in from the UK to work with NGOs, and typically now on our executive programs with Eskom and the Airports Company and SAB, we get the executives to work with NGOs to help them in real time while they're doing their courses. And what that does is, well, several things. Really, it's very energizing for the people to work with the NGOs, so they love it. The NGOs get something out of it, but the people who are on the programs really understand what's happening on the ground in South Africa. So you can't retreat into an ivory tower and be academic. You've got to know that what you're doing creates value to real people in real time.
And it's free consultation for them.
It's free consultation. I think we've done about 40 or 50 million rands worth of work for them already.
Fantastic.
And we will be working with 64 NGOs by March.
All right, Prof, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, and I think this might be the year I come and join you in your classes.
At last.
Thanks so much. All right, that's where we're going to leave it. That was Professor Jon Foster-Pedley, the Dean of the Henley Business School. Now, time for a look at your indicators, starting with your currencies. The rand picked up against major currencies after comments from China